What's up? This is just a little update of this store that I started together with you guys, and specifically I'm going to talk about the importance and the power, the impact of split testing your offers, right? Because this is a screenshot which I took today right before turning off my offer split test for the store that I started together. And by the way, I found the product, made the ads, launched the ads, Google, Facebook, everything together with you guys, okay? So there's no excuses. Everything is on this channel. You can go back and watch it. But today I'm going to specifically tell you why I turned off one of these offers, and I want to just prove to you how or why it's so powerful to actually have these split tests, right? And so I want you guys to look at one thing. All right, this right here is offer one, right? And you see it made me £3.57 a visitor. Every single visitor that's coming to my store. This is over $4, right? Now that's pretty good. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool, right? This shows me that my website is definitely doing, or at least this offer, right? This offer with everything else is is doing what it's supposed to. But offer two did not even get me a single sale. And the amount of visitors on both of these offers were the exact same. And that is insane, okay? That is crazy. Now, I want you to think of another thing, right? What's even the craziest fact is that offer one here and offer two here had the exact same product pictures, the exact same copy, right? And the exact same traffic quality that was coming to both of these because I was sending traffic from only one campaign. And the difference of these is only the offer. And so look at how powerful this actually is. If you're still not split testing your offers, if you're not A/B testing, if you're not starting a product test with an A/B test, then you don't know what you are doing, because this is the most powerful, highest leverage needle mover on your store overall, always, okay? Your offer is always going to be 80 to 90 to 100% of the success of your store. Nothing else matters as much as your offer, and you need to nail this, okay? Because think about it. This one made me over $4 a visitor, which means if I'm paying 1 or 2 euros a click, I'm profiting 2 or 3 euros for every single visitor, obviously, before cost of goods and stuff like that. But think about it. This one is just losing money. This offer is straight up losing money. Now I turned it off, right? I have to turn one of these two offers off, and now I'm just going to send all of my traffic to this offer right here. And so this is what you can learn from it, right? Obviously, in the beginning, you don't want to be profitable with your store. A kind of a mindset shift that I had is I always thought, okay, I want to upload some ads and I want to hope for an immediate 10 ROAS day one. But that's very, very, very hard to do, because if you start with an offer split test, first of all, you double the chances of your product hitting, but also half of your traffic is just going to get burned on a bad offer like this. This stuff actually happens, right? And another thing is, if you test with a CBO, if you test 3 creatives, essentially what you're doing is you're hoping everything like it already is to hit and to be perfect. But that's never going to be the case, right? You're just buying data. Like media buying in the beginning is just buying data from Facebook or from Google or whatever you're running ads on, right? And so what you're doing with that data is if you're investing a lot of money up front, and which you should be doing because you're running an e-com business, right? Then you can manipulate that data in your favor. So you can start actually iterating your stuff. For example, let's say I'm not talking about offers here. Let's say ads, right? You have a creative test and you have a good hook rate, amazing hook rate on one of your ads. Well, it's very easy to, after that, just test a bunch of different variations with that same exact hook that was already proven by you to work really well. And you can then just double down on the stuff that worked a little bit, make it better step by step, right? And essentially then, like that, make every single ad concept profitable. Every single product can be profitable. Everything can sell, right? There's no winning products, and I promise you. And imagine one more thing. Imagine I would have only tested this one offer here, right? This offer that made me literally $0 and 0 cents a visitor. It's insane. It didn't make me any money at all. And so if I only would have tested this offer right here, right, I would have moved on, killed the store, not done anything. Whereas this is an insanely good offer. Like $4 a visitor is crazy. That's an insane revenue per visitor. If you've ever looked at this metric before, you know that this is very, very strong and very powerful. Okay, and my AOV isn't even that crazy. If you look at my offers, right, my AOV is not insane. If you look at the other one, I'm not going to reveal which one it was, but my AOVs are not crazy at all. And so with a pretty low AOV but extremely high conversion rate, because I'm running VSL ads and I'm warming up my traffic a lot, I'm only sending very, very hot traffic to my store, my conversion is actually really, really high. And the Google ads as well. Keep in mind, most of the best keywords from my Google ads are actually super rare. Again, if you want to, see the Google ad setup, it's the last video. Facebook ads, one of the last videos. If you want to see me set up the split test and build the store, one of the last videos too. If you want to see me launch the Facebook ad, okay, so everything is on my channel, right? And so this is just a quick update on this store, and this is just like, this reminded me once again, even though I already knew this, like I've seen this 100,000 times, bro, but this just reminded me one more time how insanely powerful this is. And I wasn't even looking at this, like I was just checking A/B convert today for the first time after setting up the store here, and I just saw this and I thought, oh my God, I was burning half of my traffic so far, right? So one thing which I recommend you do is like let each split test, like each testing like offer, each option that you kind of test, give them at least 500 to 1,000 visitors, right? Because once that happens, you can actually make decisions. If this was only one sale, right, then it would be pretty hard for me to actually make decisions on it, because then it could have been a lucky sale, could have been whatever, right? It could have been the next visitor would have bought here, and then it's the exact same revenue per visitor. But just because I've given them both a very, very decent amount of visitors, I can just make decisions on them. I can just look at this and say, okay, well, $4 a visitor on this amount of like visitors is a proven concept. That's a pattern, right? Whereas this one is a pattern too. This one has already been proven to not work continuously again and again and again, which is just telling me I should have probably turned this off so much sooner, but it's good that I didn't even give it like such a great chance. And so what I'm going to do now, and I want you to imagine one thing, right? Because split testing is never going to stop. If you think I'm going to stop split testing now, then you don't know what you're talking about. Again, because I want to show you guys something, right? Let's say this is option 1. This is offer 1, and this is offer B. Okay, offer A, offer B, very simple, right? So essentially how this works is you find out that which one of your offers like is the better one. So let's say I found out now that offer A is my winning offer. What I'm gonna do now, right, is I'm gonna take this as the winning offer. However, I'm gonna do another split test, which is essentially A1, right, and A2. Now, what is A1 and A2? A1 and A2 means that both of these offers in the second round of split testing, for example, follow the same offer structure. So it's maybe both of these are BOGO, both of these are bundle discount, both of these are low upfront high shipping. Whatever the winning offer structure was in A, right, because I tested two different structures here, is going to be the structure in both of these. And I'm going to go more specifically into one of the split tests. So let's say, for example, I might split test the prices. I might split test the free gifts. I might split test the specific like gaps between the options. For example, I might make the gap between the second and the third option bigger, or the first and the second one, based on the take rate of each, right? There's strategies for all these. Now, let's say, and I don't know this yet for my store, Elara, but let's say this one is the winning offer then in the second round. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to do A2-1 and A2-2. Boom. And it's just going to be the exact same thing. I'm going to split test something which is closer to A2. And you're going to do this again and again and again and again and again and again until you're so specific, right? And pretty much just only testing like micro differences. And then we're going to move to something which is called micro testing. So I'm going to write this down here. Micro tests. Oh God, my writing. I'm writing with the mouse pad. Micro testing, okay? And then what micro testing essentially is, right? And this is really important. It's essentially just so small differences that make such a little small difference in revenue per visitor that it's barely noticeable. And obviously you have to give them each a lot more visitors to actually see noticeable differences, noticeable changes. So what would an example for this be? Micro testing literally means you test, for example, a 0.99 price versus a 0.97 or a 0.95. And yes, at a high scale, these things do make big, massive differences, right? And obviously not this massive, like this offer split test right here. You're not going to see a result like this. Obviously, this is like a typical result for first split test. But if you think about it, like let's say one of the let's say for example, right? Let's say this one got a £3.57. Let's say this one would have gotten like a £3.80 or something. Then we would have known if we actually would have given them like enough, and if we had given them enough visitors each, they would have known, okay, that one would have been the winning offer. Okay, so essentially what you want to do is you want to make your split tests more specific and essentially iterate them just like you would iterate your creatives. So everything in ecom is in the numbers and everything is based off of iterations. Something that worked a little bit, you just take it and go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and keep split testing, keep testing, never give up on testing essentially until you have a proven structure which is perfectly able to work and replicate the success again and again. And then you have your systems in place and you can focus on other stuff like your backend, like your team, blah, 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 and so on. Okay. So this is really important. Like if you're just setting up your stores and hope that the theme is going to save you, or the ChatGPT generated AI product pictures, or the Claude AI like website copy, it's not. The only thing that's going to save you, and this is what I'm going to end the video with, is your offer. All right, guys. I just wanted to quickly show you guys how to really set up a split test like this. So essentially you're in one of the apps that you use for split testing. I use AB Convert, but you could do this in Kaching, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other good apps too. I like AB Convert because I really like the analytics tab, right? Which is essentially just showing you like everything in detail, revenue per visitor, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm just call this offer, test, whatever. You don't need a description. You don't need here it doesn't really matter what you kind of aim for. I would pick revenue per visitor because, as you'll learn probably from my videos, it's the most important metric. And so, you don't need a hypothesis either. What you need is a trigger condition, right? And so the trigger condition is essentially so obviously, if you send traffic from an ad, you enter only one landing page. And so that one landing page is going to be your trigger. And so for me personally, my trigger was this offer right here, right? So Elara 1. And so this is my trigger. And so all I want to do is I want to paste this here only from like products. So /products and then Elara 1. Okay. You got to click always trigger, right? It doesn't matter if you have UTMs on Facebook, by the way. It doesn't really matter. Won't make a difference. Won't hurt anything. Page URL matches exactly, right? And then your product page. And then what we're going to do, you're going to keep, scrolling down. I'm just going to call this offer 1. And then this one's going to be offer 2, right? Percentage 50-50, so that actually random 50% goes to one offer and the other random 50% to the other offer. And so, first half, we're just going to leave here, right? Price Elara 1. And then the second half, and I already did this with you guys in the video when I set up the store and everything, when I built it live in front of you guys. And then the other half is going to go to Elara -2, which is the other offer. And again, these are two different products technically in Shopify. So what you need to do is you need to set them up separately. Wait, I can show you guys how I did this. Let me just open it in a new tab. Basically, as you can see right here, it's two different products. It's the same product. Essentially, it's the same exact theme, page template. So the only thing that's really different is the price. And I just set up two different Kaching bundles, right? Essentially, that's how you do it. And then you can preview this. You can click if it actually works. Cool. This is offer 1. Let's see offer 2 as well. Fantastic. Okay, works. Then you're going to do audience targeting. Do you want to test in only specific countries? I typically do no. Do you want to set condition? Yeah. All right. And then just pretty much that's it, right? And then you would click on create test, and that's it, right? Then your offer split test is literally up and running. It's not hard at all to set it up. You just need to create a new campaign, which is the exact new product, which is the exact same thing as before, and just have two different URLs, right? Now, once again, like I said, and this is a kind of big fear, or at least I didn't understand this in the past. I thought that if I actually have UTMs on my ad, so if you're in Facebook and make an ad and upload it, one thing which you can do on the on the page, on the actual when you send traffic to your store, something which is called a UTM. So the campaign source and the campaign name, and all that kind of stuff. One of them is the ad set, one of them is the ad, just so you can actually track on Shopify where the sales came from, right? But obviously that's going to change up your URL, your actual landing page URL a little bit, but that does not have any impact on a split test. So that's fine. You don't need to be afraid of that. And yeah, that's pretty much how you set up a split test. Now, promise me one thing going out of this video: go ahead and split test your offers. I promise you you will make way more money immediately. And I want to say thank you for giving me your most important asset, which is your attention. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I wish you a beautiful day.